Hey everyone, Steve Kim here. Welcome to the Be Great, Be Kind, Steve Kim Experience podcast. I'm super excited to have Gregory Fretz and Ashley Bigelow, the co-founders of The Good Viral. This is an absolutely incredible social movement amongst, I'm not even going to say kids, amongst just everyone right now during these unprecedented times. So Gregory and Ashley, thank you so much for carving out time in your busy schedules to share with us who you are and your experiences.
Our pleasure. Thank you so much for having us.
My pleasure, my pleasure. So for the people who don't know The Good Viral, they don't know who you are, please share with us like who you are and what The Good Viral is.
Sure. Well, my name is Ashley and this is my neighbor Greg, and I'm a teacher here at Parkdale Elementary School in Toronto. And when I heard about the pandemic happening, I became very concerned about what kids might be dealing with being stuck at home, because not all kids are actually safe at home. Mm-hmm. So I came with some ideas, just percolating, and I thought I'd pitch them to Greg, and he was totally on board and excited about it just as much as I was. So we sat down, and the Good Viral was born that night.
Wow, that's incredible. So your teaching experience or your teaching background helped to kind of formulate this movement.
Yes, and I have a background in psychology, and mental health has been a huge part of everything that I've done throughout my teaching practice, and have been involved in my whole life.
Awesome.
So it means a lot to me, yeah.
Okay, awesome. And Gregory, what about you? How did this pique your interest? I know Ashley, through osmosis, she's close to you, a neighbor. Hey, I have an idea, but to really put your energy and enthusiasm behind this, where did that come from?
So I'm a former teacher. I also work in marketing, and so I have the web experience, the marketing side. I'm less about the outreach. That's more Ashley's forte. But as far as making sure the videos get converted and on social, and for us to be able to share that, vetting the content, make sure it's kid appropriate. So that's kind of the role. But as far as the inspiration, as soon as I heard it, I thought it was a great idea. Honestly, the movement is around giving people proactive ideas on how to use the pandemic experience well. For adults, 3, 4, 5 months feels like a lifetime, but imagine for a child that's only a few years old. It's a huge part of it's a huge impact on their experience and their history. And giving them an opportunity to convert that energy into something positive is something that we wanted to do. And to walk the walk, us doing this campaign is our productive, constructive way of using that time.
Right. And what just speaks to me, what just speaks volumes to the type of people you are, is that as a teacher, as a former teacher as well, the whole teaching landscape has changed. Let's be honest. We're doing the best that we can. There's always going to be judgment, but I think for you both to take your passion as a current teacher and as a former teacher and try to promote something positive amongst the youth that may not always be there for them, right? Because I think a lot of people right now, the judgment factor's through the roof. You're not doing this enough. You're doing this too much. It just comes so natural for people, especially during a pandemic. But to really take it upon yourself to put more energy and time behind this, to offer something for the youth, I think is incredibly noble. I really, really do. And I think it's absolutely amazing. So what's the premise behind it? What's the premise behind The Good Viral? So for people who don't know, what is it? We talk about promoting a positive space, promoting mental health. What does that mean?
Well, part of the language around we talk about the pandemic, and we think about viral, and there's just so much talk and so many, you go to any website around the news on it, and so many of those items are about pandemic, about virus, and it becomes this pervasive experience that is very negative, and it has an overall negative quality to it. And the idea of something that is viral, that is shareable, that is growable, we wanted to kind of reclaim that in a way. Nice. And say to kids there are viruses out there that are bad that you keep an eye out for, and then there are viruses out there that can be good, things that you can spread that are equally important and worth paying attention to.
Yeah, absolutely. So we were pitching around, we're trying to think of different ideas, but something short, something sweet that kind of captures all of that. So that's why we kind of came up with the Good Viral together. So.
And so, I love it. I think it's a great handle, The Good Viral. I think it's very appropriate, especially with the landscape that we're all in. What's the movement behind it? Because I know actually you reached out to me. I did a video just promoting Toronto and just sticking together through this, but also sharing with people that it's okay to be scared. It's not we don't always have to brave face on have tons of amount of courage. Like, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to not know. But this movement is, you're getting some pretty big names, like to share videos, which really, I'm going to be honest, the first time I checked you out, I was like, I don't know, the good viral. And then I started seeing some, I was like, wow, Chris Hadfield.
Yes. Yeah.
To name a few. So how did that go? Like, how did you deliver this to people, for people to be like, yes, I want to be a part of it. I want to do a video. What can I do to support? Like, walk us through that.
She works very hard.
Yeah, I mean, it has been an incredible journey, which is kind of why people were like, that's a crazy idea. Because like I would share with colleagues like, this is what I'm going to do. They're like, okay, Ashley, sure. But I said, you know what? I really believe in the human spirit, and I really believe that people are just beautiful. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna pitch the idea, because it speaks for itself. If you really understand what it is that we're asking, like, there's no charity, money, organization involved. It's just pure heart, right?
Yeah.
So it's just catering to that part of people that is just so beautiful and pure. So I just went for it. I looked at my own personal network, started by asking friends on Facebook, friends through Instagram. And then I opened up my LinkedIn, which I hadn't opened in quite some time. And I realized that over the years I connected with so many incredible people. So I just started to reach out, and just a simple little message explaining what it's about. And so many people were so keen on jumping on board, like just naturally. So once you get it, they're just like, yes. And then it's really a simple thing to do, right? Record just a couple minutes, positive message of hope, and that's it, right? So once you got a couple people started, other people started to notice that it started to spread, the good vibe started to spread, and here we go.
And I love that it's so timely. Like, people want positivity right now. They want that positive reinforcement, that positive message out there. So you spearheading it, look, you make it sound easy. It's not easy. Like, it's not. Like, to track people down, to have them do something right now, first and foremost, is a huge feat. We know it as teachers. It's like, right? And sometimes, the adult attention span is not as, I guess, as focused or as concentrated as kind of the youth one. But so Gregory, when Ashley comes to you with this grandiose, I'm going to call it altruistic movement, because it really is. It's purely based on altruism.
Yeah. Well, she came to me and she said something needs to be done. Like, it was just the earnestness behind it. She's very authentic as a person. She has high energy. She's one of these people who, when you first meet her, you wonder what the catch is in terms of positivity. You're like, when's the shoe gonna drop? And then you realize it comes from a purely altruistic place. Like, when you use that word, that's an authentic word here. And I'm someone who, I don't want to put my energy and time into something that isn't going to come from a good place. Yeah. I don't, and like Ashley said, it's grassroots, nonprofit, no corporate sponsorship. We don't plug people in the links. And we tend to just think about, like, who the people we want to work with are the people who are like yourself, who say, like, what can I do to put something good out there that will spread, that will help? Yeah. And, Chris Hadfield is one of these, naturally generous people. We had Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod.
Yeah, I saw that.
This is icons from our childhood anyway.
I was going to say, the moment I saw, I was like, oh, no way. I remember. That was crazy. You had the Junkyard Dog. You've had everyone, like, announce, like, huge sports announcers. Like, it's been, like, the whole spectrum of people that are on. It's also heartwarming, too, that they're taking the time to really get on board and promote this and stuff. Yeah. What have been some of the challenges besides, like, trying to track people down? Like, what are some of the other challenges?
Well, and like you said, it is. I'll let Ashley speak to the challenges of tracking down people. It's like herding cats, I think, which I guess is probably not dissimilar from kindergarten. Right?
No. I mean, I'm patient and persistent.
Yeah.
I mean, I reach out to people, and so many people say yes. So I, of course, say, okay, but I'll check in and I'll check in. It's like deciding the challenges, deciding when I stop checking in. They said yes, but clearly there's something else going on, or maybe they don't want to, maybe they're shy. So knowing when to give up on asking is
got it. I'm totally guilty of that. Actually, you said, hey, Steve, like this. I was like, yes, let's do it. And then a week went by and you're like, hey, where's the video? And I'm like, Yep, it's going right now. So I'm
And
totally guilty of that.
the beauty of yours is that your video looked like you spent a week on it.
Yeah. Yes, that's exactly what happened. I was editing and editing.
You made up for all the lost time.
Patience and persistence. I love it. I love it. On your end, Gregory, like what are some of the challenges? Like, you know, because just taking a video and being like, here you go, the feel doesn't always come through.
Well,
right?
so a big challenge coming from a marketing branding background is how to really communicate upfront what you're asking for people, to keep it simple, to keep it digestible,
Yeah,
and to
exactly.
have a very small call to action, because it's really easy for people to get caught up on little hitches along the way. It's like, oh, this is why I can't do it, or this is why I can't do it.
Yep.
And so to really like simplify, crystallize it down to say like, here's 3 easy steps. If you do these things, it's supporting the campaign. And Ashley can speak to even the challenges when it's that simple. So that's a lot of the upfront work, is really just kind of branding something in a way that is clear and concise and easy to get behind. And then the challenges that come down the line, it really does come down to getting followers and outreach. Like what we wanted to do is have a steady drip every day of content. So parents who are subscribed, they get these things popping up on a daily basis. And so it's really challenging for us when a day goes by and we don't get a video, but then we'll have another day where we get 7 videos. And so it's like, it's one of these things where it's like, you just want to make sure that the momentum is there.
Yeah.
And it gets harder, obviously, the longer, like, more time goes on to keep that momentum going. And so things like this really do help, because it gets us to, you know, speak about it, remind ourselves why we're here, to connect with someone like yourself in a positive way, and be like, yeah, there are people out there that are looking for this.
And I mean, I don't have any clout, right? I don't really have anything but the actual project to be like, believe in it, please, because it's awesome, right? So I mean,
you have nothing to give, right? Like, it's not, you can't pay people. So
like, how do I'm doing all of the outreach, right? So when I direct connect with people, I don't really have anything but the message to offer them, or other videos to say, you won't be out alone on that branch. There's a lot of other people in your field that are also supporting the Good Viral. So it makes people feel more comfortable to be part of it.
Yeah.
So for me now, it's just like, I feel like in a lot of ways I've exhausted a lot of my own personal resources. So just calling in some favors of friends, like, hey, pass the word around. Let me know if anyone would be interested, or send them my way so I can try to persuade them to do it. I've even started sending messages, like video messages of just me asking for like a personalized request, because I thought that was like kind of a cool next step into engaging people, because you're used to these quick messages, these like kind of spam messages that you get that's sent out to like 100 people. Yeah. I've tailored all of my messages to each one of the people that have reached out to that individual. I've looked at their profiles, I've looked at their background to kind of understand if this would be something that they would be genuinely interested in doing.
And that's really speaking to when we do outreach to celebrities or well-known people to access the network of followers that they have. And we haven't even touched on kind of the regular people that contribute, the kids that contribute, the parents, the teachers. But yeah, you were saying.
No, it's just it's a grind. Like, I remember starting up my account and I was like, ugh, but I'm a realtor. I'm the 3rd like least trusted profession in all of Canada. Well, who's gonna care, right? And just going through people's pages, other realtors, I'm like, self-promotion, egotistical. And I'm like, you know what? That's just not Mr. Kim. As a teacher, I'm like, that's just not how I am. I'm gonna do it the way Mr. Kim does it in the classroom. And it was really just the whole concept of being great, being kind to one another. That's it. And it's funny because in this business, and I call it the business because it's a business, one realtor was like, hey, I appreciate you being great, being kind and stuff. But he's like, I just don't think you're going to do well. Like, the whole kindness factor, like, people don't care about that. People want a shark and stuff. And I'm like, you have such a narrow view of what's happening in the world and in life. What you choose to do doesn't dictate what I choose to do. So we'll stay in each other's lane. Like, you'll stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane. And I'm going to share some positivity to you in that just over a year, it blew up. Because my message has always been, be great, be kind. Like, hey, I'm going to hit you with real estate numbers and stats, but at the end of the day, don't forget, be great, be kind. So continue staying that path, and you'll realize there's a tremendous amount of people who crave that positive message and who need that instilled in them every day. So
that's
just
stay.
You.
So like, guy, look at what he's doing.
And the thing is, it's funny because people are like, after a year and a half of doing a video every single day, they're like, you just haven't skipped a beat. I'm like, because it's so innate in who I am. This is who I am. You can't fake it for a year and a half doing a video every single day. It just doesn't work, right? So kudos to you. You're on a tremendous path. And I know that the beginning can be a struggle, but when it hits, it's going to explode. So for the people who don't know where to go to find out about both, Gregory, Ashley, The Good Viral, this tremendous movement, where do I need to go to find you?
Okay. Yeah. So we have www.thegoodviral.com, and
Okay.
that's where we have our basic 3-step instructions. If you want to follow us on social, we're at The Good Viral on Instagram.
Okay.
We're on Twitter and Facebook. You just search The Good Viral.
Okay.
And if people want to contribute a video, we just tell them to keep it short, to include a message of hope, talk about who you are and what you're doing during the pandemic that is constructive, and think about the audience being between, ages 4 to 17, 18.
Okay.
And then you can send those videos to thegoodviral@gmail.com.
That's
Okay.
great.
Amazing. So, I know you've shared a lot of your time so far. Is there any last words, messages you want to convey to people watching and for those who are going to be listening onto the podcast?
Well, it's a great resource for kids to access, of course, to help them, get through these trying times. But we've gotten incredible feedback from the people that have made the videos.
Yeah.
So not only is it a beautiful experience to watch, but participating feels great. Knowing that you're sending something out there in the world, that's quite beautiful and can actually change a life, because you never know who's going to really find something beautiful in your message. So that's why we say it's for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from in terms of what your message might mean to someone. So never underestimate the power of your message of hope.
So this isn't just geared towards parents who have kids, but this could be for kids as well, or the youth. Everyone. I love it.
Yeah. And what we're finding is that
love
we do have quite a few adults who are participating, who are submitting videos, but are also watching those videos. We have different languages, people from around the world already. And it is really a people's movement. It's a people's movement to share with others whatever message you have that is authentic, that is hopeful, that you want to share with others. That's
Do it.
We want you.
Okay, last question I'm going to ask. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself and where do you see this movement in 5 years? If you were to have a goal, right? As teachers, the SMART goal, right? SMART, specific, measurable. What is that goal for you? What does that look like?
Well, it's such a wonderful resource, and we never know what's going to come our way in life. But the beautiful thing is that it's always going to be there, and it can always be something that you can build on. So it can always be a place that you can go to have messages of hope. And we never know what's going to come our way. So maybe it'll change its form in some way, right?
Yeah. Well, we chose the name also because the viral does, it is akin to the pandemic, but when the pandemic is over, the nature of something that is viral, that is shareable, that is infectious is something that can carry on. And we chose that very deliberately because we wanted this thing to have legs if people were in fact continuously benefiting from it. And to create a platform that ultimately people could manage themselves, that people could contribute to, that would exist, that we would host, and that would be out there.
Yeah, and
I love it.
Learned so much through this. So for me, the skills that I've learned, I'd love to be able to apply maybe, well, I'm always going to be a teacher, but maybe something else you can do, right? To continue helping the community, right? So
I love it. I love it. It's just like you said, Greg, it's infectious, and actually this movement is infectious. So if you haven't checked out The Good Viral, I know you will. Please do so. Again, Gregory, Ashley, thank you so much for your time. For having the courage and the passion and the energy just to see this through and to get it started. And I know that only greater things are going to come. So if you're looking to find out more about The Good Viral, I'll put all of the information in the links below. For those people listening on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, please make sure that you check out either at The Good Viral or at Stephen Kim Homes. We're going to have all the information available for you there. Thank you again, Gregory and Ashley. For everyone, you know the drill. Be great, be kind, everyone. Have a great day. Take care. Take care, guys.